This is the Field Notes from the Proving, short reflections from inside the process of building a life that's earned, not perfected, earned. Most people think the important moment of a race is the starting line. I don't think that's true. The real moment happens before that, the day before. In the car rides, with the laughter, the doubt, the quiet rituals where you realize something you've been working toward is finally real. For me, that moment started 2 days before the race, driving to Norfolk, Virginia. So my husband, sister, and I were all running the race together. And my sister and I were driving on a Thursday night to Norfolk to actually meet my husband there. And it poured the entire drive. Absolute buckets and sheets of rain from Delaware through Maryland all the way into Virginia. Dense fog. You know, that type of fog where the road almost disappears in front of you and you're holding on really tightly to the steering wheel. Honestly, though, it didn't matter because if you had a relationship like my sister and I do, the whole drive just becomes an event. Our relationship has always been built on ridiculous humor, certainly unconditional love and support. The kind where you laugh uncontrollably for hours over absolutely nothing. So we blasted every type of music known to man. Song after song, triggering memories, old stories, the ridiculous inside jokes, just laughing the entire drive down. And eventually you hit Chesapeake and the world seemingly opens up and it's just nothing around you for miles as you are engulfed with the beautiful sea air for miles on the bridge. You have the windows down, the sea air, a bright breeze cutting through the car. And it's just for a moment you feel completely alive. Crossing the Chesapeake Bay Bridge is such a strange experience between tunnel, bridge, tunnel, bridge, tunnel. It feels like you're crossing through pieces of the ocean. And honestly, that drive alone would have made the weekend completely worth it. And I should say something else about that weekend because the race wasn't just about running. It's about the people who are there with me, my sister, my husband. And if you know something about my husband, he's the perfect person to experience life with. Goofy, giggly, funny, the kind of person who can make anything feel fun, whether it's something big and exciting or something completely stupid and ridiculous. He's the perfect partner to experience and enjoy life with. And throughout the entire running journey, he was someone I could rely on. When I was talking through the miles, when I was talking about progress and feeling that progress was slow, when I was explaining the training, he was always there listening, encouraging, just letting me talk through the process, and even my sister too, because she was in it with us, training for the race, running the race, experiencing the whole thing together. And that's a powerful thing because when you're trying to do something difficult, I realize that having people beside you who understand what you're trying to achieve and want to do it with you, it changes everything. It turns the challenge into something shared. And so the next day, we walked around Norfolk, exploring the city, and of course, the three of us laughing. Not trying to think too much about the race the next morning. Eventually, basically, the three of us needed to just hang out. So we said, let's go to a wine bar. Normal. And this is, I guess, kind of where the story gets funny. Because if you never ran a half marathon before, you would think that the day before the race would be extremely disciplined. Perfect hydration, the perfect nutrition, strict preparation, of course. But instead, my sister and I both order 2 glasses of wine. Now, for most people, that probably doesn't mean much. But for someone like me who spent most of my life operating from the fear of failure, never wanting to do anything imperfect, that moment meant something. Because technically, 2 glasses of wine the day before a race is probably not optimal. No, it's not optimal performance behavior. But to me, it felt like progress because I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I wasn't trying to run the perfect race. I was doing this for myself. And at that point, the real goal wasn't performance. The real goal was simply finishing. And honestly, we had an incredible day, laughing, of course, talking, enjoying every minute. That night, we went back, turned on the TV, stretched on the floor, and went to bed ridiculously early, probably 8 or 9, honestly, because the alarms were set for 4 in the morning. But there's another strange thing that happens before a race, the week leading up to it. You actually run less. It's called tapering. You reduce the miles, you lower the intensity, you let your body recover so it's race day ready. But if you're someone who's become obsessed with metrics, this feels completely wrong. Your brain starts to ask questions. Why am I running less? Shouldn't I be running more? Did I do something wrong? Is the plan wrong? Is the app incorrect? Did AI mess up? Did I train incorrectly? It's funny how quickly your mind turns progress into doubt. But eventually you trust the process and you let the work speak for itself. And if you've ever done something like this before, you know what the night before feels like because suddenly your brain starts asking even more questions. Do I eat before the run? Do I skip breakfast? Should I have coffee? What time should I wake up? Do I stretch now? Oh, no, maybe I stretch there. Do I warm up? Do I jog before the race? Where do I pin the bin on my shirt? Should I put it on my back? Should I put it on my shorts? Should I bring a sweatshirt? Should I bring a shirt and throw it away? What do I do when the race starts? It feels like 1,000 tiny decisions you have to make, and every one of them suddenly feels important because you want to feel comfortable and you want to do well. You want the run to go well and be safe. Most importantly, have fun because these things are meant to be fun as hell, right? Like that's the reason here. And the funny thing is the same feeling shows up everywhere in life. Whether you are a new runner, starting a business, chasing a promotion, if you're rebuilding your life after something difficult, if you're the enduring athlete, overcoming some level of addiction, or you're trying to repair the relationship, the night before any meaningful change feels the same. And if you're an overachiever or a perfectionist like me, something else happens the night before. You visualize the outcome. At the time, I didn't even realize that's what I was doing. But somewhere along the way, I decided if I can run the race in under 2 hours, I'd be really proud of myself. Honestly, I don't even know where the number came from. Maybe Google. I would assume I would have done some research and read something, but it stuck in my mind, sub 2 hours. That became a quiet goal, not the real mission per se, but the real mission was to finish the race. Just basically go out and do what I said I would do. And if the clock just so happened to say something better than that, that would be a bonus. So the next morning, we woke up around 4 or 5, I think around 4, and left the house at 5. The forecast said it would warm up into the 70s. So I figured, well, Virginia in November probably wouldn't be that cold. That proved to be a very wrong decision. It was freezing, the kind of cold that cuts straight through you. We had no hat, no gloves, and no extra layers. Just standing there on the sidelines, absolutely freezing. So we ran to the concession stand, luckily, and bought gloves and hats just to survive the wait. Standing there shivering, looking around at thousands of runners, thinking one simple thing: this is actually happening. Here we go. Looking back, what I remember most about this weekend isn't the performance. It's just the people. The drive, the laughter, the wine, the cold starting line. The realization that this moment was about proving anything to anyone else. It was about sharing something meaningful with the people who mattered the most to me. The proving isn't a race. It's everything that happens around it. The preparation, the people, the quiet choices that slowly change who you are. Because when the starting gun finally goes off, the work has already been done, and the work will continue tomorrow.